Hello, Doña Ana County. Welcome to the first live podcast. We are delighted to be here. I am Anita Skipper. I'm the Chief Public Information Officer for Doña Ana County. And today, my guest is Rudy Reyes, who is the grant administrator for our programs. We're going to talk about a specific program today. The reason we're holding this broadcast, this live one, is because this is the week we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the American Rescue Plan, or you'll hear us refer to it as ARP. And in honor of that 1-year anniversary, we wanted to come on and talk about one of the key programs that has benefited so many residents of Doña Ana County, and that is the Emergency Rental and Utilities Assistance Program. And I can tell you, I've been here about 7 months now, and as often as we market and talk about the program, I still see pages and comments of people not knowing or not being aware of the fact that the county does offer assistance. And so we're going to use today's video to just talk to you a little bit, talk to you about what the ERAP or Emergency Rental Assistance Program is, who qualifies, what happens if you're already in the process, what the benefit has been already to Doña Ana County, and what we're looking forward to in the future. But we also want to give you the opportunity to engage us. Get your questions answered today. So if you know others who might benefit from this, share this broadcast. Send us your questions because we'd like to answer them. Instead of misinformation floating around or people not being sure about what's happening, you have the person in charge right here today who can answer those questions for you. So let them roll in. We have people capturing the questions for you. All right. So without further ado, welcome, Rudy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I love doing these because I think a lot of times there's information going around in the community, good and bad. And so it gives us an opportunity to address some myths, answer some questions, but educate the community on something that's so important and has been so helpful for a lot of residents in Doña Ana County, like the the Rental and Assistance Program. So thank you again I don't even know what's going to come our way, but we're ready for it. We're not afraid of your questions. And let's just get down to it. So you're the grants administrator. And so what does that mean? What is your role as it relates to helping with rent and utilities?
Well, I guess primarily my role is internal because I'm passionate, on helping individuals that need assistance with the rental assistance program. The major roles that I have is assist my staff and assist the cases, assist the public, English and Spanish. We also assist Spanish speakers if someone's interested and si habla español y no puede hablar inglés, lo podemos ayudar aquí a llenar las aplicaciones y si está tardado con rentas o utilidades, para eso es el programa. So basically, I am the go-getter as far as reaching out to people, going out and talking to individuals, ensuring that we provided a good service for them and ensuring that they receive the ultimate amount of funding that's available to them, to eligible households.
Okay. Well, fantastic. We definitely have the right person in the room. So I love that you say go-getter, and I can hear your passion. And anyone who serves with the county, I really would say we do it for more than it just being a job. The idea that we can provide a service and make sure that the residents know how hard the people in this building work on their behalf, that I think runs through the veins of many of us here. So let's talk about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, because there may be some people watching today who are thinking, what is that? I have no idea. I have never even heard of this, but I saw you guys go live. So let's back up a little bit. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Do you want to talk about how we even started with that? What does that mean for someone to say, I'd like to access emergency rental assistance? Who's eligible?
Well, for starters, the eligibility starts with COVID impacts is one of the eligibility items. ERAP 1, you have to be directly affected by the COVID impact. In ERAP 2, you have to be affected by the actual pandemic during those times. There's income eligibility that's required. It's based on family size. The income eligibility is calculated by HUD based on the census, and based on the family size is the amount of funding that, well, not the amount of funding, but family income is the amount that we verify to ensure they're eligible and they fall under our guidelines, which is 80% of median income.
Okay.
We also ask for income documentation, leases, updated information, driver license.
Okay, hold on, because I'm going to interrupt you there because you are just flowing. So so what we want to do is we want to make sure we unpack this slowly because we work in this every day.
Absolutely.
So it all sounds so very familiar to us, but someone who is watching may not know. So I'm going to go back and walk through those different things that you've shared.
Okay.
So the Emergency Rental Assistance Program is a program that was funded through the U.S. Treasury that allowed for funding, and we are the fiduciaries or the managers of those funds for Doña Ana County and for Southern New Mexico. And if you were impacted directly or indirectly by COVID, meaning you lost your job, your hours were cut, someone in your household lost their job and their hours were cut, and it impacted your ability to pay your bills. Now, we do have to specify that this pot of money is for renters only. There is a separate pool of money that is now available to homeowners through the New Mexico Fund, Housing Fund, MFA. I actually posted about it a couple of days ago on our Facebook page. So scroll down and you'll see some information about that. But this pot of money, you must be a renter, meaning you cannot have the property, the deed be in your name. So there are ways that you verify that. This is not the county saying, oh, we just want you to have a difficult time. We are held to certain standards. We were given certain information that is required. But if you were impacted and you are delinquent or just having a difficult time meeting the needs of your rent and your utilities, there is money available and the county can help you access those funds. It is not money you have to pay back. But you do have to go through a process to prove that you are eligible. And even after this conversation, just visit our website at doñanacounty.org/ERAP, Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and you will be able to see the qualifications. But we're going to talk about that if you're watching today. So if I'm going to speak as if I'm needing to apply. I'm listening to you right now, and oh my goodness, that's me. I've been hoping for some help. What do I need to do? How do I know if I'm eligible? What should I be? What would I need to bring to you?
I think for the most part, your first step is do a little bit of research so you have an idea of what the program provides. There's also some questions and answers that you can look at in the Treasury Department website as well. But primarily, I think that starting your application, reviewing the documentation that's needed, ensuring that you qualify based on the guidelines, reading everything that's on the actual application process. It's online. You can do it from home, from your phone, or from anywhere you have internet access, and basically go through the actual application process. Write down your questions.
Okay.
Those are very important so that when you're preparing your application and you're ready to submit, you have a completed application. You didn't miss any of the items mentioned on the application process, and that way you'll have a better opportunity to submit one time a complete application instead of if you miss something, you're going to have to go back and upload the documentation as well.
Okay, so let's talk about that. And I know you have your tablet here, so if you want to pull up ERAP, because I'd like for us to tell them exactly what they will need to see if they qualify. And we do emphasize qualify because the U.S. Department of the Treasury does list what qualifies us. If you are in front of your computers or you have your phone, go to DoñaAnaCounty.org/ERAP. We also have a banner on the home screen that you can click on, and that would take you directly to it as well. And there's a red button that tells you start, and it takes you into the neighborly software that spells out your qualifications. So you will have to obviously verify ID, right, Rudy?
Yes. You need documentation to verify who you are, of course. You also need income documentation.
You need to document your income.
As well, and you need to also list your household members. You have to have a current lease, either yearly or month to month.
Okay.
And you have to ensure that the lease is complete. It has the dates that the lease is effective. The family members have to be listed. Their rent amount, any additional charges for late fees. And of course, they have to be signed by both parties, the tenant and the landlord.
Okay. Okay, and I see the questions are coming in, so thank you all. We will address those. Kelly, we see you. Monica Jean, we see you. All right, so let's just make sure here. Monica Jean, I want to address your comment first. You said, I applied and got denied because I did an application for Doña Ana and I live in Otero. Do I have to go through the whole process again and fill out a new application? I'm not sure if about Otero's process. I do know that we are facilitating specifically for Doña Ana County. So you have to be a resident, and there's no way for us to transfer information that I'm aware over to Otero. But I do understand that another pot of money, if you are in outlying areas of southern New Mexico, there's an application through the state. So you still can receive assistance, but you would just have to make sure you're applying through the right entity for your area. And let's see here. And then Kelly Nalani said, I worked on an application but didn't submit it because I was just unsure whether I would qualify. I'm thankful you're hosting this. Well, we're thankful you're here, Kelly. Kelly, submit that application. Don't guess about it. There's nothing lost if you're not applying, if you're not eligible, we'll let you know. There are specific qualifications, and so our team is here to help you as well. If you're unsure, call us. We can help you. And that way our goal is to make sure you have the most complete application out the gate. That way you're not having to go back and it's delayed, because by the time some of us reach out and need assistance, we may already be behind. So our goal is to help you not be any further delayed. So if you have that application completed or you have some questions, give us a call. Rudy, what's the number they can call if they want to speak with someone who might be able to help them?
It's 525-5898 is our main number.
Okay, 575-525-5898. Our team is here to help you. We have a pot of money. We want to give it out. We want to help as many of our families as possible. This has been a really difficult time for all of us, and we've all been impacted in different ways. And so we are glad to be able to even offer this level of assistance. And I had someone ask me, well, what's the catch? What strings are attached? There are no strings attached, but you have to be willing to go through the process. This is not a walk through the door and, oh, we're cutting you a check. This is a complete an application based on requirements of the U.S. Department of the Treasury. and then us doing our due diligence to make sure that everything is in place because we're audited by them. So we have to respect their process. And then as you go through that process, then you're granted assistance. If you're not eligible, we'll let you know that as well. But please know that's the catch if there is one. You have to be willing to adhere to the process the way it is designed. And if you stick with us, our goal is to help you receive help.
That was a great response.
All right. Thank you. Hey, sounds like I've been doing this a minute, right?
Absolutely.
It's because you guys somehow get my phone number all the time. So I feel like I'm learning on the job, and this isn't even my department.
That's great. Maybe we should hire you.
Hey, okay. Sign me up. Okay. So here's a question from Kelly again. Kelly, is this related to current COVID impacts or past?
It's related to past, current pandemic, financial hardship that you had, related to the pandemic, or related to COVID.
Okay. So Kelly, as long as you can verify that your negative impact came as a result of COVID, and COVID is defined as March 2020. So it's not a situation where you can say, look, I was unemployed in February of 2019. Can I get some of that COVID money? They consider March 2020 the start date. So if you can show that through some sort of documentation, a reduction of hours, something like that, then it qualifies. We just had 2 pots of money, but the goal is to help you just recover from what really set a lot of us back. And then her second question is the rental assistance for back payment during the pandemic or future payments?
Actually, both, yes. We pay for rents that are in arrears, and also 3 months ahead so that we can provide housing and stability for those families, and also include utilities in arrears. So it's a full package so that we can help the community get back on their feet, get back to what they were doing and back to work and back to normal life.
Awesome.
That is our approach.
Listen, Rudy, listening to this, can I apply? But that sounds awesome. So think about it. We will pay up to 12 months delinquent, like if you're behind, and then 3 months ahead for a total of 15 months of assistance. That's a huge launch pad if you've had a difficult go of things. And I hope anyone listening to this, if it's not something that you need to take advantage of, please share this, because this isn't about walking in and us shaming you or making you feel like, oh, someone's giving you a handout. This is available across the country. Doña Ana County is the agent for our area, but people across the country are accessing these resources, and the American Rescue Plan designed this pot of money to help give you that hand up, not a handout, a hand up. And so please either use it for yourself or share it with someone that you know need it. Okay. And I see some others have joined us. Hi, Michael Reyes. Hi, Jose Amanda Gomez. Hi, Myra. Hi, Stella. Hi, Sarah JD Salcido. Hi, Jerry Whittower. Hi, Rosie Sanchez. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please, we're here to answer your questions. So if you have some, let us know. Thank you, Liz, for giving the link for Monica Jean. We appreciate it. Liz is on our staff and she's tuning in. See, we're always learning and pitching in. The goal is that we help you all access this information. So rent and utilities, I want to talk about that a little bit more, because I think we've had some people who've contacted us who are a little upset because they apply and they're not eligible, which is why we want to emphasize this. I think sometimes the misunderstanding of the process can leave us a little bit frustrated, and so we're trying to cut down on some of that. I will stress, you do need to be renting your property, and this is a relationship between you, us, and your landlord. the checks, when they are paid, come from the state and they are made out to your landlord. And so this is not a payment of us sending it to you in hopes that you make the payment because you were behind. Like, I can't take the money and go buy me a new Tesla.
No.
Or at least a down payment on one, right?
Not even.
It's going to go to your landlord to make you whole, or at least get you closer to that. So if you're thinking that you might be eligible, be in communication with your landlord as well, because I know we specifically have worked with landlords. We've worked with the court systems. We've done all that if people were on the brink of eviction, and they've been willing to work with us because they know the check is coming to them. And so if you haven't started communicating with your landlord, please do. Hi, Linda. We see you. Hi, Carla Judith Chavez. Oh, you have a question. I see your hand raised. Type your question in and we'll try to get to it here. All right. We see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Definitely send us your questions. We're not going to be on much longer. So if you do have questions, type them in now. If you're watching this on replay and you have some questions, type them in. And as we see that information, we will reply. But the best way to get your answer right away is that phone number. What, Rudy?
575-525-5898. Again, 575-525-5898. Someone will answer your call and direct the call accordingly, or answer your question on site. So please call us.
Thanks, Rudy. So let me think of some other questions someone might be thinking until we get some. So how long do I have to access this money?
You have, since we received the second pot of funds, we have till September of 2025.
Hey, so they were thinking, look, this is not just about one time. What many of us experienced set off like this domino effect. So if you were behind in this thing, you may be behind in some other things. So accessing these resources can help you catch up on some other things.
And I just wanted to add that since the start of both funding sources or program, we've helped over 1,000 families and spent over $7.5 million in the county of Doña Ana. So there's more funding available. We encourage families, single families, large families, to take advantage of these funds so that you can move on with life and continue to pay your bills. And we'll take care of the arrears and the utilities. Keep in mind, we're going to work with you, address any additional documentation we might need, but we're here to help and we're passionate about what we do. The team and myself and the entire Doña Ana staff is passionate at helping citizens. That is what we do, and that is our focus. So
Awesome.
Hopefully I'll see you soon.
1,000 families?
Over 1,000 families already served.
That's a big deal.
And we want another 1,000 if possible.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What if I applied before and you helped me with like 3 or 4 months? Because I was coming to the end of my lease. So you helped me get through my lease, but I still could use the assistance. Like, I can still come back and get more?
You can reapply for the remaining funding that's available according to the months available to you for rental assistance in arrears and utilities.
So I can still apply for like 12 more months. If I get 3 months, I can still apply for 12 more months.
Absolutely.
And then how much for utilities? How much? Do I have to be in arrears for utilities?
Yes.
You have to be, but I don't have to be in arrears for rent.
No.
Okay. So I can still come in and I can say, okay, I got 3 months. I still need some help. Do I have to start all over again and give you my information all over again?
No. What you do is you're going to have to go back into your case, reopen your case, and submit for additional funding.
But you already have my information. Just if anything has changed, I need to update it.
Yes, we need updated information. If your financial situation changed, it can be for the better or for worse. We still need to document the financial documentation so that we can calculate the area median income you're at when you apply.
Okay. So Rudy, what if I lost my job, but now I'm working again? So I make some money. Am I still eligible? Do I have to be completely unemployed or can I have some income?
No, you can have some income. Some income is not sufficient enough income to support a family or a home. So I encourage those families and or applicants that have shorter hours or have part-time to reapply
Okay.
so that we can review your income and provide additional funding for you.
Okay. That's good to know. Another question that I would think is what if, so I live somewhere where I am renting, but the lease is not in my name. Am I eligible for funding?
Well, when it comes to leases, the leases have to be under the individual who applied.
Okay.
If there's other individuals or family members in the family, they don't have to be the applicant. The applicant has to be the one that is listed on the lease so that everything matches. And when the Treasury reviews our documents, ensures that we are falling within the guidelines set by the Treasury.
So I'm living with my mom right now, just to get, back on my feet. The lease is in my mom's name. As long as my name is also on the lease, I can apply, or my mom can apply
Right.
for assistance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay. Good
person
to,
that's head of household is the one that applies, and we verify that through, of course, reviewing the lease and
Okay.
ensuring that all the documents coincide with the submittal of the application.
Okay, very good. Okay, so here's a question that came in. How long does this process take? So from what I've heard you say, there is no set time. It's all about, did you submit completed application, all the documents that are required? I can tell you one of the things, and you tell me because you speak directly to it. I just speak with people who call in with questions, but often the calls I receive, the person has not submitted all documents. And so they're at home waiting for a check, but we haven't received everything.
Okay.
So the question of how long does this process take? I don't know that there's an exact answer. Do you?
No, unfortunately, it's an approximate 10 to 14 days from initial submittal.
Okay.
The key is your application complete? The other issue that might arise as far as the time frame is, did you request additional documentation? So that triggers more time because the review is started again so that we ensure that we're complying with the regulations from the state. So,
Oh, that's good to know. That's all the more reason why you should make sure your documents are complete. If you're not sure, come in and let us help you because the review clock starts again. If we have to tell you, hey, come back, we're missing something or we need something else from you. So
Correct.
definitely an even greater incentive to have
Right,
everything
right.
correct.
It's imperative that if we're requesting documentation, that you submit it as soon as possible so that we can move forward with your case and not take longer than possible.
That's awesome. Okay, I have another question here, Rudy. Do you need proof of citizenship? Or is any of this information shared with other agencies? I know there's a population of undocumented households that may be in need, but concerned with the risks of applying if they are eligible to apply.
To answer your questions, citizenship is not required, and we don't require anything that has to do with, confirming that they're a citizen. It's open to the public. We're not working with immigration. All we're trying to do is help the community. And the way we help the community is by being impartial to persons and families that need the assistance. So no, the immigration status is not necessary.
You hear that, Kelly? Great question. And I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking that. And we understand that there's a certain perception when it comes to this is the government. And there's no gotcha here. Our goal is to help people as best as we can. But no, we're not contacting anyone. we're not even asking you what your status is on the application. And then someone asked, what kind of ID is needed for documents, though?
Well, just a regular ID, state ID, or some sort of documentation that we can confirm it's you.
Okay.
Sometimes they bring more than one form of documentation, which is better.
Can I bring my Sam's membership card?
Well, I
It
wouldn't
has my
think-
picture.
Yeah, I don't think that would qualify, unfortunately, but maybe a passport, maybe a driver license from New Mexico, maybe an ID, and maybe even a birth certificate, some to complement your identity.
Can I have an ID from another state?
Of course,
Can I have an ID from another country?
of course.
Really? Okay.
As long as we can confirm that that's you with other documentation, maybe a driver license or some documentation from locally, yeah, we can work with that.
What if I'm undocumented and I need assistance? What kind of ID could I show you?
Well, maybe you can show me something that is relevant to a social security card, maybe if you have one. Maybe some documentation from the immigration naturalization that you're working on getting your status approved.
But what if I'm
birth
not?
certificate. Any documentation that we can verify it's you. Unfortunately, if you don't have an ID from the state of New Mexico, we can work with maybe a birth certificate.
So,
So
if I don't have any kind of government issued ID, what if I don't have any kind of government issued ID and I'm not documented, but I work, I live in the community, I need the assistance. I think that might be something you guys may need to call us on so that we can find out through the Treasury's approved documents if it's acceptable if you don't have a clear identification, something that we can use. We may have to figure out what we could use in that case.
We need to verify.
Yeah, we're verifying you because there is a review of our process. And the U.S. Department of the Treasury will be making sure that we didn't give money to people who were not qualified. So they're scrubbing what we've done, all the applications, to make sure that we are doing our jobs. And if that money, if we somehow are not doing a good job of that or not meeting their requirements, that could result in us no longer having the resources to pour into this community. So if there is something that you have that might serve as an ID, definitely. The answer is always going to be call us. Call us, come see us so that we can help you figure out the best way for us to serve you in this case.
Yeah, in the event that we run into a challenge, we'll find out what process we need to take so that we can help you. The whole purpose, again, and I'll mention this over and over, is for us to help you, not to hinder the process. So come in and we'll look at your case. We'll be very specific to your needs if that's the case, but we need to have that information so that we can talk it over, come to a conclusion, research the appropriate documentation, and give you a final answer. Also, quiero decirle al público, si estás oyendo este anuncio, queremos ofrecerles la oportunidad de aplicar para fondos federales que no tienen que ser pagados para atrás, para familias que necesitan ayuda con la renta, ayuda con las utilidades. No hacemos inmigración, nomás hacemos una unidad de aquí de Doña Ana, del condado de Doña Ana, que estamos ayudando a la gente en necesidad. Y no se necesita mucho, nomás que meter tu aplicación, preguntas en lo que no sepas, y nosotros te ayudamos. Aquí estamos para ayudarte, y esta es una oportunidad que me gustaría que tomaras ventaja para que te ayudes tu familia y tus amigos que necesitan ayuda para las rentas y utilidades.
Thank you for saying that. I don't think it can be overstated that that's our primary goal, to help, to serve, to do what we can to be an advocate if we need to be. There was another question back to the ID part. If I have a replacement card that doesn't have a photo on it, is it required that I have something with a photo?
It's required that we identify you in one way or form. If you don't have a picture ID, of course, it's probably going to come from New Mexico or from another state or federal institution, or we can accommodate that with additional information from maybe a birth certificate, maybe information from SNAP where you applied for food stamps. So we'll use a combination of identifications to verify it's you. It's not necessarily one type of identification.
Okay. So the main thing is we need to know that you are who you say you are.
Absolutely.
And it needs to clearly show that.
Yes.
So Rudy, while I think about, I have another question. I want you to pull up because I want to give specific information about the income level. Can you pull that up and read it out for me?
Yep.
This is a pot of money that's available if you fall within a certain income level. And so I don't want someone to be disappointed if they come in and they're beyond that. So we want to clarify that. So let's talk about the eligibility. When we say median income, that's of the area, right? So tell us what the household size and maximum income is for those household sizes, please.
I do want to mention that this calculations are from Housing and Urban Development. These are federal mandated calculations. For example, family of one can make up to $30,750. So as long as you don't exceed those caps, you qualify as being under 80% of median income for a family of one. Family of two is $35,150. Again, same concept. As long as you do not exceed the amount of $35,150, you are eligible for the assistance. Family of three is $39,550. Also, again, same concept. As long as you do not exceed the amount. Family of four, $43,900. Family of five, $47,450. Family of six, $50,950. Family of seven, $54,450. Family of eight, $57,950. And I don't have a family of nine because we usually don't run into that. However, if you do have a family of nine, I can request the median income at 80% for a family of 9, 10, 11, 12, or how many is in your family.
Thank you, Rudy. And we just wanted to give you that overview. You can always go to our website at doñanacounty.org/ERAP. ERAP. ERAP. You can go to the website and you'll see the chart there. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have some other questions. Who else is here that I didn't give a shout out? Let's see. Hi, Patty Trujillo Evans. Hi, Chavez La. Thank you for joining us. If you all have any questions, we're getting ready to log off. But if you're watching this in replay, you can still ask us questions. You can come into our office. We are located. Do you know the new address? Because I know we just moved.
We have not fully transferred into the new office.
Okay.
So we're still
Here.
accepting.
So you can still walk in. Not preferred. Is it preferred?
we would like to provide you the attention that you need. So if you can call us and make an appointment, that way we have a scheduled time to meet with you, and we can provide that time just for you.
And tell them what number to call again.
The number to call, 575-525-5898. Again,
Yes.
575-525-5898.
Okay, so if you walk in and you don't call us and you don't schedule an appointment, don't get mad at us if you're having to wait because you didn't schedule an appointment. Because we want to give priority and, like Rudy said, attention to the people who schedule some time. And every case is different. So we never know what attention you might need, but we do want to give you that full attention. So you have the option of calling in to schedule an appointment and meeting with someone. You also can go to our website. We have an electronic application process. You can do that. Now, Rudy, this is a question I receive all the time. I applied and I just want to know the status. So what ways do we use to notify others about their application status?
Well, there's several ways. Sometimes we call back. Sometimes the client or the applicant calls for a status. But the most efficient one is logging onto your application portal and looking at the current status of your application.
Okay.
Either it's requesting additional documentation or it'll show complete.
Okay.
But follow up. Make sure and follow up and call us if you have any doubts. Don't wait. Call us, because if you wait and something's not correct, then you waited for nothing. And I want to resolve any issue that you might have so that we can process your payment efficiently and get you going and get you paid.
Okay. So I hear the county has this new technology thing where they're texting people. What's that about?
Staff is using another avenue of informing people by sending them a text. So ensure that you check your text. Ensure that who it's coming from, of course. And if you see a text from the county, please respond to us. Call us back or respond to the text if you can. And then we can follow up on your case and ensure that if there's any missing documentation, we can fulfill that requirement and then approve your payment and get you moving.
What are you texting?
Well,
What's the message?
The current status sometimes.
Oh, the status. Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Or additional documentation requested.
Okay. And is there a certain number that text would come from? Do we know?
I don't have that number with me. I think it comes from the regular number, which is a 575-525-5898.
Okay.
With an application that we have.
Keep yourself safe if you're not sure. Hey, this is Scam 101. If you're not sure and you don't recognize the number, either don't reply or call us and say, did that message come from you? Just to verify. We wouldn't be upset about that. But we are trying to meet everyone where they are. If it's more convenient to receive a text, we've added that option. So we're just trying to communicate with you as efficiently as possible and as quickly as possible to get everything done with your case. Hi, Catalina Lujan. Thank you for tuning in. Janet McEnany Witzel, thank you for watching. So we're getting ready to wrap up. Looks like there are no questions. I don't see any new questions. Again, if you're watching this on replay, feel free to send us a question. You can type it here. We'll go through it. We'll receive the message and reply to you. Also, this will be shared over to our YouTube page. So if you're not following us on the county's YouTube page, please go ahead, subscribe. You now can watch the Board of County Commission meetings there live on Tuesdays. We stream on our website, but also on our YouTube page. So go over, subscribe to our YouTube page, and anything that we're talking about here or any future Hello Doña Ana County podcast, you can access there anytime you want. And you don't have to always catch us live if for some reason you don't. We like you being here. We like engaging with you live. And then do this for me. Those of you who are tuned in, either live or on replay, let us know. Did you like this? Did you like being able to engage us? And let us know what other topics you'd like for us to talk about. One of the things we want to do is we want to open the doors here so that you all know that you're residents of Doña Ana County. We are here serving on your behalf, and we want to answer the questions and talk about the topics that you are most interested in. So give us some ideas. What would you like to hear from Doña Ana County? Who would you like for us to have a conversation with? And any particular topics you'd like for us to deal with. Let's have fun with it, okay? And we enjoy being here for you. And thank you so much for all of you who have tuned in. Rudy, thank you for being my guest.
Absolutely.
I know I had you in the hot seat because we didn't know what they would ask, right?
That's okay. That's
but
what
nobody asked for $1 million, so we're good.
At least for now.
At least for now. Okay, so Rudy's the money man. No, I'm just kidding. U.S. Department of Treasury is who these funds come through. We are just proud to be the fiduciary in Doña Ana County for Doña Ana County, surrounding areas, southern New Mexico. If there is a way that we can help you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Help us serve you better. That's the point of this communication. That's the point of all the communication we have at the county. So with that being said, Rudy, if you do you have something you'd like to close us out with?
Yes, I'd just like to add that, again, as I've mentioned earlier, we encourage you to come and apply. research our website, go through it, write down your questions, call us with your questions, or make an appointment with your questions so we can assist you. And for those persons that have received assistance, reach out to your family members and friends and colleagues that need the assistance. We have this funding available, and we are trying wholeheartedly to help the community individually and in a household that's 1 or 8. It doesn't matter. We're here to help. Estamos aquí para ayudar a la comunidad con ayuda con arrendamiento, las rentas, utilidades. Este dinero son fondos federales y están a la disposición para el público. Les exigimos y les queremos pedir que si necesitas ayuda, no tengas miedo. Por favor, vengan, háblenos y tenemos quien te ayude a contestar preguntas. Pero lo más importante es ayudarte con fondos para que puedas seguir viviendo una vida normal. Gracias.
And gracias to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. All right, that's me, Anita Skipper, tuning out from Hello, Doña Ana County. Thank you all for joining us. Bye-bye until next time.